時は戦国末期、日の本すべてを焼いた戦火はいまだに勢い衰えず、山深い芦名の国にも燃え広がっていた。芦名一心、国取りの決戦であった。
野良犬が心すらなくしたか。ああ、共に来るか、飢えた狼。
そして戦場で拾われた狼は修行の末熟達の忍びとなった。
忍びの掟は忘れまいな。親の次に大事なもの、お前の心に刻むがよい。あれが今日からお前の主だ。命を賭して守り、たとえ奪われるとも必ず取り戻すのだ。よいな、狼よ。
一心の国取りから24年。芦名の国は斜陽にあり、狼の忍びはすべてを失っていた。育ての義父も守るべき主も。
忍びよ、目覚めてください。あなたの主のために。
ど底におるあの忍び、特に稼などしておりませんが構わぬのでしょうか。
大事ない。刀もなく気力すらない。奴はもう
君櫓の扉はちゃんと閉まっておるか。
閉まっておるが、壁の穴はそのままにしておるぞ。
ああ、そちらは心配いらぬだろう。穴は崖際じゃ通えるものなどあるまいよ。
よく来てくれた。久しいな、狼よ。
お迎えに参上いたしました、我が主。
うむ。表を上げよ。くさび丸、そなたの刀だ。我が忍びよ、主従の約定に従い、命を賭し我に仕えよ。
御意。
狼よ、もう一つ受け取ってくれ。薬水のひょうたんだ。これそなたの
その
あのよ。
はい。
いや、今は
御
堀島み足の狼よ、無理はするな、どうか。 狼をよく見つけてくれた。さあ参ろう。
御意。
血の定めから逃れることしかできぬとはな。
久しいな、巫女よ。叔父上の墓前以来か。
源一郎殿、私はすまぬ。
お任せを。
邪魔立てするか、巫女の忍びを。足の源一、参る。忍びとてこの程度か。巫女はもらっていくぞ。
これは。
目覚めたようじゃな。どうやらまだ死の定めではないと見える。お前さん、そうそう。
何
だあだお
この
にいい
み
そうお前さんもそうじゃが、このあれ
Testing mic. Testing mic. Testing mic. Testing mic. Ah, there we go. Okay, that's... there. So apparently, I have been talking to myself for the past 36 minutes. Just, I have been like talking, just nonstop. For almost 45 minutes I've just been talking to nobody. Let me see if I can, I'll lower the audio in game because I don't have a ton of control. So apparently I'm just stupid. No, it's not a silent run. I've just been blabbering on and didn't realize that since I had to set up a new account to track the trophies, that it muted my microphone. So that's fun. Hopefully that balances the voice and the music a little bit better. Thank you for asking, Gocha. I would have been heartbroken if I went like the whole stream and didn't realize. I had checked and my microphone said it wasn't muted, but it was like a setting inside the stream because in order to make sure I like actually got the platinum, I created a new whatchamacallit, PlayStation account. So I didn't realize that like the default setting inside streaming on your account was to mute the microphone. Thank you for saying that. I can turn the game volume down a little bit more. I don't know, since I'm streaming locally from the PlayStation, I don't have a ton of like fine control over everything. Like over all of the mixing and stuff. So I don't know how much I can control that. I can look at my microphone settings probably. Adjust mic level. Is that any better? Okay, cool. I went in and I adjusted my microphone level to be a little bit higher, and then I turned down the game some more. The game seems a lot quieter on my end than it is on stream, but well, I'm glad that you helped me fix that before I streamed for the whole time without a microphone. I'm sad that I went 36 minutes without a mic, but better 36 minutes than 24 hours. So, well, yeah, because I turned down the game volume and then I turned up my mic. So let me put the game volume back to like the medium level and we'll see how that is. It's going to take a little bit of fine-tuning because I haven't streamed to YouTube from the PlayStation before. And I haven't streamed this game from the PlayStation before. But Machete, to answer your question from earlier, it is a Dark Souls type game. And yes, I have a ton of coffee and energy drinks. This game is made by the same company that makes Dark Souls, although a lot of the mechanics are a lot different. So the combat's a lot different. The way that we level things are a lot different. But the general like vibe of the game and the difficulty level is pretty similar. So basically what I was explaining earlier with my mic apparently muted was that there are 4 endings to this game, all based around how we deal with our master. So our master is that little boy that we were talking to earlier, and he has the blood of the immortal dragon in him. So he's immortal. He can't really be injured by a normal weapon. He's given us a little bit of his blood, so we're not completely immortal. We can get injured, we can get killed, but we can resurrect after we die. That's how they explain things in this universe. So when we get killed, we have the option to resurrect one time before we like get sent back to the last checkpoint. And the checkpoints are those little sculptors idols that I was sitting at earlier, the little Buddha statue things. So the main premise of the game is that this country, basically this kingdom, was getting invaded by the other clan that was run by that dude who chopped off our arm, because he's trying to take the dragon's blood for himself so that he can be immortal. That guy usually attacks me. I don't know why he was just sitting there that time. But anyway, so he's trying to take the immortality, and so the 4 different endings that we can get are dependent on how we handle that situation. So this ending that we're going to go for first, the first ending out of the 4, is going to be the return ending, or the dragon's homecoming ending. And in this ending, we're basically going to try to find a way to like heal our master from the curse or blessing or however you want to see it, and return to the land that the dragon is from, to the east. That's our objective. Okay, that's trophy number 3 out of 34, I think. That's our main objective for this first ending that we're gonna get. The other endings that we have are taking the immortality for ourselves, killing the boy to end immortality, or cleansing immortality and saving the boy. So we're going to start with the most complicated endings and then go from there. Yeah, from what I remember, the boy here does, Kuro, he does see it as more of a curse, especially given the circumstances around all of this. And so, like, the good ending would probably be considered... Well, all of the endings actually result in us getting rid of the immortality for him, like, ultimately. So they're all considered good endings, except for the fourth one, the Shura ending, where we take immortality for ourselves. We basically give in to our inner hatred. And the Shura is the demon of hatred, so it basically means that we, like, kill everybody. That's the bad ending. But all the other endings are considered good because we're getting rid of the immortality. So, I knew that was going to happen because I accidentally healed myself earlier because not used to the control scheme yet. Yeah, I couldn't do immortality unless, like, other people were immortal too. But what's the deal, cat? You got food, you got water, you have like multiple places you can sleep. What's your deal? That's what I thought. Ah, man, I was talking to the cat and missed the resurrection. So when we get killed for the first time, like the first time in a sitting like this, we have the option to like die a true death and go back to the last checkpoint, or we can resurrect at half health, I think it is. Bosses do not respawn. Mini bosses do not respawn, but the small enemies do respawn, and you lose half of the money. Like if you die a true death and go back to the checkpoint, you lose half of the money that you had on you and half of your current level of experience points. I think there's like a small percent, I think it starts at 10% and then it gets smaller the more you die, but there is a small chance of not losing stuff, but it's a very small chance, and the more you die, the smaller it gets. So it's really not reliable. So the hardest trophy that we're going to get is going to actually be the trophy where we get all of the upgrades using experience points. And the only reason that it's hard is because there's a lot of upgrades to get, and if you die a lot, you just lose a lot of experience and can't get those upgrades. So hopefully we don't die a lot. What's up, Carissa? Welcome to the stream. So this dude that we're about to fight is going to be tricky because I don't have the flame vent, which is the weapon that's most effective against him. So he's a little bit tricky without that because he just has a lot of health. But as long as I can remember the timing of everything. One thing I explained earlier that got lost because I didn't have my mic on is the fact that in this game specifically, like as opposed to the other Dark Souls games, this game is really, really big on timing. So we can deflect, like we can block attacks, which I didn't do there. We can block attacks and we can deflect attacks if we block it with a perfect timing, or I can get grabbed. But if you deflect an attack with the proper timing, it does posture damage, which is that bar at the top of the screen. So once we fill up that bar, the enemy gets posture broken, and we can do a critical strike. We can do a death blow to them. So that's like the main strategy, is to build up their posture damage, and the fastest way to do that is to deflect attacks with the perfect timing on the blocks. Whereas like the other Dark Souls games, you're really trying to just roll out of the way, sidestep, avoid getting hit completely. So it's a lot faster paced. It's a lot more dangerous. You get hit a lot more if you're not like timing it right. And this enemy specifically is a little bit harder to do that to, because he's not like these guys with a sword. I can just wait and block like that. This guy doesn't have attacks like that where you can just deflect it easily, so I have to rely more on dodging, which is a little bit... This boss and then the Demon of Hatred that we fight are the two bosses that kind of go against that style of the game. So I think there's still a way I'm able to deflect this guy. I just never learned how to. I just dodge to the side because as long as I'm paying attention, it works. I wasn't paying attention there. I dodged too early. So, I thought I saw Gochi say something about having to go to a meeting, but now I don't see that message in the chat. I'm either going crazy or it's just not updating. Man, I'm just not playing well. I need to focus a little bit. But I knew this was going to be like the first difficulty. This one, and then... Honestly, I'm probably going to die to this guy more than I die to the final boss of the game. In like all seriousness. So that unseen aid is the thing I was talking about. It looks like you start with a 30% chance of not losing stuff when you die. But then as you die, you build up a counter called Dragon Rot. It's basically... it's one of the reasons immortality is viewed as a curse, is that when somebody who has the immortality through the dragon's blood dies, instead of dying, you get resurrected, but as a trade-off, it spreads a disease called dragon rot to like the people at large. So not just you, it's like anybody can get sick from it, and it kills them eventually. And that's one reason why our master, Kuro, doesn't want the immortality to go to people who are using it for power, because they would end up killing everybody through the dragon rot. So, as you build more dragon rot from dying more, I dodged the wrong way. Your chances of benefiting from it are a lot lower. So it can go down as low as like 1% chance, and there is a way to clean that out, like reset it, but you don't get a chance to do it that often in the game, so it's better just not to die, because it can kill NPCs for the story, and it can kill like merchants who sell you items and stuff, which can make it a little bit harder to track down. And I need to, I guess, focus or something, because I just died like twice to this dude. I don't know why it's taking me back here. Oh, right. So this is the dragon route that I was just explaining. It's introducing it's introducing how it works to us. So, perfect timing, I guess, in a way, but I kind of wish I had gone a little bit longer without dying so much. We're going to be here a lot more than 24 hours if I can't pick it up. Let me make sure my chat is up to date because I feel like it's missing stuff. So hopefully it is still good. Yeah, I still see it. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure because I thought I had seen a message pop up earlier, like so since I'm streaming from the PS5, one of the overlays that it does have is that it will show like chat messages on my TV screen, so that I don't have to watch chat as heavily. And I thought I saw a message pop up that wasn't showing on my laptop, but no, it seems like it's up to date. I forgot to add my shuriken weapon while I was at the sculptor. I think the problem that I was having earlier was I was dodging too early, so I was giving him time to adjust his attack to my new position. Yeah, if I dodge late enough, then he can't follow me as he's attacking. So I just need to be a little bit more patient, a little bit more risky. By the next time that we fight him, I'll have the flame vent, and so it'll be a lot easier because I could stun him and deal fire damage, which kills him faster. But this first time fighting him is pretty rough. There we go. Yeah, I just had to be a little bit more patient with my dodging. So my first course of action as far as upgrades goes is I need to figure out which text I need to get that allows me to upgrade to the Makiri counter. Because the Makiri counter, I explained it earlier, but I wasn't, I didn't have my mic on apparently. The Makiri counter is a counter attack that we have specifically to thrusting attacks that we can unlock, and it's one of the most powerful counter attacks in the game, and it really helps with enemies who have a thrusting attack, which are a lot of them. So that's going to be our first thing we're looking for as far as upgrades go. I don't want that boss guy. I actually don't really want to fight this boss until I go and upgrade my prosthetic with the shuriken. So I'm probably going to well, let's see what we can do. Worst case is I die, resurrect, and back out. I just want this guy to do it separately. I don't want to fight them at the same time. Yeah, because I knew that was going to happen if I tried to. I can't predict both of their attacks. Yeah, I don't... See right there? I tried to do that. So the way the Makiri counter works once you get it is that if you dodge towards the enemy when they're thrusting their weapon, you basically, like, you stomp on the blade of their sword or their spear or whatever they're using, so it throws them off. So I keep dodging towards them when they're thrusting to try to do that, which obviously is not working, and it's actually killing me. So I probably need to leave that guy alone and come back to him after I get the Makiri counter, which shouldn't be too long, I don't think. I think I can get it after... I think I get it after Gyobo, which is the first major boss. So that's not going to be too far in the future. I think he's actually kind of right after this area. So we're going to go do that. Actually... Yo, what's up, Brett? streaming Sekiro. We're gonna do a 24-hour stream. I started a new account that has no trophies on it, and we're gonna try to get the platinum, 100% it. The last time I did that, it took 24 hours and 14 minutes. So I'm thinking a 24-hour stream will do it, unless I start sucking a lot, which is a possibility. But we're gonna give it a shot and see if I can stay awake that long. So this is a part of the game that really shook me up the first time I played through it. Giant snake god thing. But luckily he can't see us very well if we're in the grass, so we're somewhat safe. But yeah, coming to this area the first time was very well, hey buddy, down from the plants. Thank you. Apparently I was too hasty. Oh, I have 2 gourd seeds that I haven't used either. I need to do the gourd seeds and I need to do the shuriken prosthetic tool before I fight Gyobo. Because that's probably not gonna go super well if I don't have at least the gourd seeds. I'm not gonna use the shurikens against him. But in case I mess up, I'm gonna want those gourd seeds. Okay, I think I'm safe now. I don't think he can see me from here, but I was also wrong last time. So we're just gonna hope. We made it. Cool. So we're gonna see this dude one more time before we finish the game. Pretty intense. Actually, I think we're gonna see him 2 more times before we finish the game. We're gonna leave that item over there because it was just a snap pea, which I don't ever use, like in any scenario. I'll probably pick it up later at some point, but I don't really want to be around him when he's angry. Quickest way to die in this game is to stay around enemies you're not supposed to kill. So after we fight Gyobo here, I think that's when we get the text from Tengu, where we can start upgrading with experience points. So when that happens, we'll get the Makiri counter, and then we'll go back and fight that dude that we left earlier. And I will just kind of take out everyone that we come across along the way so that I actually do have the experience points to use. What I just did was incredibly hard to do. You are not supposed to be able to block the attacks that are that you get warned about with those red kanji, but you can only do it with a perfect deflection. So it's nice to see that I've retained a little bit of my pattern recognition. Hopefully there is another thing of healing. I don't think there is. Oh well. We're gonna go into this boss with no heals. We're gonna get him first try, no problem. Let's see if we can do it. So far, so good. Well, got hit there. Ah, dang it. Still not dead. Somehow still not dead. We're almost dead, but we're not, and that's all that counts, or all that matters, rather. I don't have the firecrackers. I didn't have enough money to buy them. And that would have helped this boss fight a lot. But we'll do okay without it, I'm sure. I just need to hope that he doesn't do the attack where he like spins around. Ah, there we go. But we do still have our resurrection. We do still have that. So we have a chance still of doing it without like properly dying. That's good. We stunned him. He's gonna let us grapple him when he turns around. Ah, we got this one, guys. I think. When he turns. There we go. Nice. So we did do it. We did it without heals. No problem. No problem. We're gonna breeze through this. Maybe we'll do it faster than 24 hours. That would be cool. New personal best, getting the platinum. For some reason, up on my screen, it just showed me like 3 messages from like an hour ago in chat. So I don't know if I'm having lag. If there is like a lot of lag on the stream, I guess let me know. On my end, I'm not seeing lag,